All right, so now traveling to the other coast to talk about another governor. And I want to give a quick trigger warning real quick. If you are susceptible to having anxiety
Just
about things like...
trigger warning, sexual assault, rape, and things like that.
Right, yeah. If you're susceptible to having anxiety about things like sexual assault, you can probably skip ahead in this segment of the episode. Wouldn't want to do anyone any mental harm.
Yeah, skip probably like 10, 15 minutes.
Right, exactly. But we're talking about Andrew Cuomo and his sexual assault charges, which is a big mess that's been developing over the past few months.
Dude is a sex pest.
Yeah, it's bad. So recently, to give some background for anyone that may not know or that isn't following too intently, the New York State Attorney General recently published a report that has found that 11 women who accused Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexual assault and harassment were credible, which is a really big deal. And one of the sections of the report reads, specifically, we find that the governor sexually harassed a number of current and former New York State employees by, among other things, engaging in unwelcome and non-consensual touching, as well as making numerous offensive comments of a suggestive and sexual nature that created a hostile work environment for women.
And I know most of these cases are civil, but at least one of them is a criminal case that happened in the governor's mansion. So dude will face criminal charges for this. Yeah,
I was about to say, most of them are going to be civil cases, but there is a likelihood that he's going to be in court about one of these because it happened in the governor's mansion. And this report comes after a lot of women have accused him of sexual assault over the past several months and year. And Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, is just fantastic. I mean, she's been doing a lot of good stuff, but it's even more notable that she's willing to go against her own governor to root out these charges of a sexual assault, which are a really big deal and something that especially white male people in positions of power have like perpetuated for a very long time. It's like
someone in government actually doing their job.
Right.
Let's go.
It's good to see. It's good to see. Even more noteworthy, well, not necessarily more noteworthy, but just something that is notable for the context that this is taking place in. At a press conference, Biden was asked if he wants Cuomo to resign, and he replied yes, which is insane. And Pelosi also signaled that she wants Cuomo to resign. Mind you, Pelosi and Biden have been two of his biggest supporters.
Yeah. Oh my God, 100%. This dude, I just hate that guy so much. He was so full of himself during the pandemic. His press conferences.
He wrote a book about it.
He got an Emmy.
Yeah.
He won an Emmy.
He got an Emmy for his COVID-19 press conferences or like videos. His vlogs.
That's the same energy as Obama getting a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we should get an Emmy. Shit, we're doing a better job than he is about spreading real information.
Give you an award for that TikTok. Thanks.
I mean, if we're giving out awards here, shit.
Hey, you know.
But it's insane to see that a lot of people on the left are calling out Cuomo and asking him, or more likely demanding him to resign, especially because Cuomo is basically like a star of the liberal, neoliberal left.
Fucking stupid.
Like everybody loves him. Like people were simping for him all over the country.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude's not even that cute.
And then dude covered up that he killed a bunch of old people.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was a...
Scandal on scandal.
Yeah, so I was just about to get into this. There's been an impeachment probe in the New York State legislature that's been going on for a while now that has been to investigate the charges of sexual assault separate from the AG's investigation, but also look into how Andrew Cuomo mishandled the COVID-19 pandemic, which he did.
Oh, drastically.
And the impeachment probe is coming to an end. New York State lawmakers have signaled that it's going to finish up around August 13th, and Cuomo has until then to submit any more evidence, which is Friday of this week, actually.
Oh my God, yeah.
This guy's got to be impeached and removed. He's not going to resign.
No way. I wish he would just resign.
He's not going to.
Like, he's too full of himself to resign.
Yeah, and it's Cuomo's response to this was just
so
my
fucking
God.
Horrible, dude.
Yeah.
This dude whipped up a slideshow of him like hugging and like kissing like the cheeks of a bunch of other prominent politicians. Like, one of them was like Anderson Cooper. He was like hugging on him, and then Joe Biden, notably giving like Joe Biden,
Bill Clinton,
a little on the lip. Bill Clinton, shout out head in the office.
Yeah, shout out the guy who inspired the pod.
Exactly.
Not really, but like the name.
Exactly,
the name.
The name. That's
if you haven't put that together yet. But Cuomo's response to this was basically,
I do it to everybody.
Yeah, his response was, I do it to everybody. His response was literally hide in plain sight.
Yes.
Like, he self-reported. He said, I harass everybody.
He said, this can't be sexual harassment because I do it to literally everyone I meet.
What an interesting way to try to get away with a crime.
Yeah, just self-reporting.
Like, look how many times I've harassed other people. It shouldn't be a problem.
Look at all these other women I've touched inappropriately.
I'm so tired of these rich white dudes just getting away with every amount of sexual harassment they perpetuate against people, especially women. It's just so disgusting.
He said, "Don't worry, I grope dudes too."
Yeah, exactly. It's his response was awful. And then when he was accused like months ago, when this investigation first started, he basically said like, "I'm Italian." Like, I kiss everybody.
Come
I'm Italian.
on. What are you doing?
I'm just Italian. I can't believe that New York is just so Italiophobic, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah, no. Stop Italian American hate.
Exactly. Like I said, this guy's got to be impeached and removed. It's an egregious abuse of power. If you are a woman in a workplace or if you're a woman that's trying to get into politics and you're working for a governor, you should not feel like you have to leave your position because another man is being disgusting, especially the fucking governor of the state.
And that's what makes it much more egregious than just regular sexual harassment, because he has a position of power. Mm-hmm. He's one of the most powerful men in the country, the most powerful man in the state.
Yeah.
Like, he could do anything. Like, if you come against him, like, go against the grain, like, accuse him of these things, that could be it for your career.
Right, and he's known to be kind of fascistic when it comes to people that call him out or that go against him. Like, he'll get rid of them immediately. Exactly. I remember a state lawmaker called him out for the COVID-19 mishandling, and Governor Cuomo said in a private call that he's going to ruin that state lawmaker.
Yeah.
Like, that is authoritarian behavior.
Yes.
And it only makes more sense when we find out that the investigation published by Letitia James explained how all of these accusations of sexual assault are credible.
Yeah, and then you've got his brother drafting his news statements for him to try to ease like the negative PR. It's like, bro, hold your brother accountable. It's like, of course you're not.
Yeah.
Of course none of these people
Chris
are going
Cuomo.
Yeah, that fucking guy. I hate him too.
Yeah,
he's the worst.
too.
I can't watch his show.
Yeah, very few times he's got some good takes.
Yeah.
You know, he's good when he debates Republicans and conservatives on his show.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's trying to basically control media fallout for his brother that has been found to have sexually assaulted people, come on, dog.
Exactly. And it's
you got to be better than that.
Let's be realistic. He's not going to face like many charges. Mm-hmm. I would imagine the criminal like penalties he will face if he is found guilty in court are going to be minimal.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be very minimal. He's fucking governor.
Right, exactly.
So it's like nothing's really going to fucking happen to this dude.
Right, he's in a position of power. I think the best thing that we can get is for him to either resign or just be removed from office.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't know if that's going to happen.
And even then, like, who's going to replace him?
Well, the lieutenant governor would come in and replace him for a time until the election is held.
Oh, when is the next election?
I want to say 2022. Yeah, it has to be 2022 because he wasn't elected in 2020.
Okay.
I believe it's 2018. Yeah, I think that would be it. I believe they serve 2 4-year terms, and I think this is his first, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, even if he was about to be term limited and he has to leave in 2022, he needs to be kicked out immediately. Not only is it to get a disgusting person out of power, but it also has to show that you don't get away with this stuff when you do it.
Not at all. Especially in a position of power. When you're in a position of power, the penalties should be harsher.
Oh, much harsher. Yeah.
There are so many implicit power dynamics
Especially if you violate somebody's rights as a human being.
Yeah.
Like, you do not deserve to get away with it.
But it's okay because he gropes dudes too.
Yeah.
He groped Bill Clinton, so we're all right.
The other thing that grosses me out about the Chris Cuomo stuff is that the free media is supposed to be one of the few checks on politicians that we have to keep them in line. And the fact that the free press is, or at least some of them, are aligning themselves with Chris Cuomo shows that we don't really have that check on some politicians that are super powerful.
Well, the only people that are checking Cuomo is Fox News and like the right-wing media, but we know they don't give a fuck about sexual assault.
Right, they're not doing that in good faith. They don't give a fuck about sexual assault because they didn't care when Donald Trump did it.
But now they care. They care so much about women now that it's Cuomo.
Right.
Like, come on.
I mean, the right is just going to weaponize this.
It's so disingenuous.
Right. The right is just weaponizing this because they see an opening against a Democratic governor.
Yeah.
But if it was a Republican governor, they would not care.
Not at all.
Right.
Oh my God, no, never.
Your stance on sexual assault or really any other egregious abuse of power should be the same regardless of who they are.
Yes.
Like, if we found out Bernie Sanders was doing this, get him the fuck out of office. Mm-hmm. He doesn't deserve to be there.
Exactly. He's a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, it's like, all right, get out. You do not deserve power if you're going to misuse your influence.
Exactly. You got to remain consistent, especially on this when other people are being harassed and abused. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway,